Hello and welcome everybody to my channel. I'm Summer's child, you can call me Summer, and today we're talking about the Dragon Prince. Let's go! On this channel, we've already watched episode 1 from season 1 of the amazing show The Dragon Prince. Today we're talking about all the episodes of season 1. Let's go! The rogue assassin Rayla had already betrayed the group by not killing the first guard, the first enemy she has encountered as an assassin, and thusly everybody was annoyed with her. Their mission now is tenfold dangerous. She was talked down by Ronan, who told her not to involve furthermore in their mission. The way he says, "I see now you're still a child." That voice crack. Amazing. And she's grounded, but she does not listen to orders, and thus she leaves to do it alone. Callum, on the other hand, is being tricked. Claudia is tricking him by showing him a book that moves by itself. Lo and behold, it's dark magic. She gets to learn magic, he gets to learn sword fighting, and he gets to smell her breath. Peanut butter. Viren the High Mage is like, "Don't give up just yet," and the king is like, "I give up." Old friends have a kerfuffle, a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. Dark magic is good, dark magic is bad. Who's to say what's what? We're still in episode 2. Randomly in the forest, 2 guards are talking about breakfast. What do you have for breakfast? Sausages? Eggs? The blood of your enemies? Our young assassin gets over her fear of water and crosses the river to climb high up the mountain to reach the castle and execute her revenge. Prince Callum and his king have a heart-to-heart talk. He gives him a letter and he's like, "Listen man, I gave up. I'm gonna die tonight. Break this seal, learn this lesson. I'm proud of you, my child." Oh no, wait, he did not tell him that last part. And because a child is freer than a king, the child proposes peace, and the king says, "It's not that easy, honey." After Rayla gives herself a pump-up speech, she's off to do this, because she can do this. Poor Prince Callum was gallivanting about the castle, and who does he bump into? The assassin! No, run Callum, run! She sweeps legs, she jumps over everybody, she's a menace! Run! She catches up to him and reveals that she has 2 targets, the king and his son. But at that time, the High Mage has a plan. "I will remove your soul and put it into another. Thusly, your soul will survive when your body doesn't." The king is not satisfied because he has the mentality of a warrior. "I brought this on my kingdom, and I'm gonna take my punishment." Prince Ezran interrupts the assassin before she kills his stepbrother, revealing his true identity, and so they have to run away from her, forgetting the message from the king. Going down a bunch of stairs by pushing rock, rock, stone, rock, stone, rock, stone, baby. They've reached some kind of basement that Ezran has never been in before, even though he went under the castle for months. They thought Rayla would never follow them down there, but she did, because there was jelly on each stone! Ezran, wash your hands! So Ezran has to go because there must be justice. But suddenly they discover something amazing. The Dragon Prince egg, it's not destroyed. And of course this changes everything. While King Hero is preparing himself for the battle of his life and petting his bird, Viren was contemplating the weight of their friendship. Does it deserve to lay his own life for his friend? And just by discovering that egg, everything changed, and Rayla, the person who was running after the princes, trying to attack them and murder them. Just like that, she switched teams, and now she's all for protecting them and protecting the egg. And the standoff with Claudia, who discovered their existence in the basement, has taken place. Because they want to take that egg back to Xadia, and she wants to stop that. Claudia's father is Viren, and he's the one who has stolen the egg. And she was like, "The egg is a powerful weapon. This is why my dad took it. No, he's not a thief. How dare you say so?"
I am convinced.
But of course nobody was convinced, because it's so obvious. You take something that's not yours, you're a thief. The decision of the egg and who gets it was left to Ezran, and Ezran decided to do the right thing and take that egg to Xadia. And thus Callum changed Claudia to the ceiling, and he did not hear the other end of her lightning spell, and they ran away. Smoke wolves attacked Rayla and bit her in the hand, making her suffer and hurt because of that bite. And still, Her swords just go through the smoke. What can they do? And Callum, being so smart and resourceful, he remembers that spell that Claudia taught him, you know, the wind one? He executes it successfully and blows the smoke away. And Rayla helps him defy his new identity. You are a mage, honey. And he's so excited he cannot be a quiet mage. Nobody likes a loud mage. Has to admit that the Scottish accent is amazing, especially paired with that sarcasm. Viren decided that yes, my liege, our friendship deserves that I kill myself for you. And the king is like, do you think me a little coward? Do you think I'm waiting for you to lay down your life for mine? No, I'm a warrior king. I don't need nobody to take responsibility for my actions. And they fight. Viren, you have to listen to me. You have to take orders. You're not better than anyone else. You're a servant. Kneel before your king. And this heated argument between two friends, amazingly done by the actors and the writers, by the way, sparked Viren's anger and hatred towards Harrow and his legacy. Rayla had to go up and talk to Ronan, who was almost invisible in the moonlight, and tell him, the egg is found, Ronan. We don't have to kill anybody. And he was like, girl, we bounded ourselves. What are you talking about? And because he does not want to listen, Rayla had to fight her teacher, her stepdad.
Don't do this. I will kill you.
Probably.
Callum wanted to warn Harrow about what's going on in his kingdom. The egg was stolen by Viren. You're paying the price, but not for your own responsibility, not for your decision, my liege. But alas, Viren did not allow him to do so. He took away his voice. He scarred the boy. Callum is so afraid of Viren because of this. And then the battle breaks and Callum has to flee. Unsuccessful in warning the king, the only thing left that the children can do is to take that egg to Zedia. Rayla learns that the king is finally over, he's done his donezo, his head rolled down a cliff, his soul has left this world, he's gone, he will never ever ever be back, not in a bird or something like that, no, what gives you that idea? And she decides not to tell the boys. Princes, for the first time in their lives, spend the night out in the wild, being guarded by the assassin. She was trying to unbind herself, but Bate made fun of her. Meanwhile, in the human kingdom of Kitalis, the king was being buried, not to be mourned for 7 days because we have to get revenge, but not before we drink our hot brown morning potion. Viren lied to everybody and said that the princes are dead, just to convince everybody to go on with his vengeance plan.
I am convinced.
Callum, was drawing this ball and pretending in front of Rayla that he knows about primal magic more than her. She laughed at him, of course, and then she taught him about the 6 primal sources. And then, after bringing the tears to her eyes with his sad stories, Rayla decided to go to the Winter Lodge to get his toy. Rayla offered the blood of her enemies for Ezran to drink when he was thirsty. Callum was like, hell no, that thing is disgusting. But Rayla was like, it's moonberry juice. What's wrong with you? Being as agile as a cat, she climbed to a high-up window and she entered the lodge. Meanwhile, of course, everybody's favorite character, Aunt Amaya, appeared to protect the princess. And because the princes are hungry, she searched for food, only to find very stale bread. I bet now you wish you drank that juice, didn't ya? The princes were held against their will in the lodge because this is safer for them as far as Aunt Amaya knows, and they wanted to go. They were thinking of a plan. How can we move out of here with the egg and with Rayla, ditching Aunt Amaya and her troops? No winter, no humans. While Rayla was justifyingly mocking Callum for saying that, she was looking for that toy that has the symbols of the primal magic sources. Lo and behold, she's attacked by Aunt Maya, and we as the viewers were confused. Who shall we root for? Our girl Rayla or our girl Amaya? We want both of them to be on the same team, man. Amaya destroys Rayla and captures her, and Rayla destroys Amaya by mocking her. And then Rayla mocks the guards because they have 5 fingers. And then Rayla mocks Bait because he can glow. And then Rayla mocks the audience because we love her. Bait saved her, but before she left, she did not forget to grab him and go. Trying to escape the lodge, the 3 of them were surrounded by guards, and every guard was looking to save the princess and end the elf. Callum had no other choice but to pretend that Rayla has kidnapped the princess against their will, and she's trying to take them away to Zedia, and unless the guards and Aunt Amaya want them to die, they have to let them go. Even though that went really well and Amaya backed off, Rayla was really upset with Callum because he described her as a bloodthirsty monster, and she was definitely justified in this. Who wants that description in their resume? Viren wanted to be coronated as the new king, pretending that Harrow told him, "You are my brother, you are my heir, I want you to avenge me," none of which has really happened. But Amaya, the party pooper, stopped the coronation, and she sent Corvus to track the princes and the elf and bring them back safely. A very eager butterfly was sacrificed for Viren to resemble in his looks a human being, but in his heart you can only find darkness. After a second night out in the wilds, Callum was trying to get himself killed by the assassin Rayla by pointing the toy that he got towards her. "And this does not end well for you," she told him. Rayla was justifiably disgusted by that bread the princess got, and she sat alone, sad. "How can I remove this binding from my wrist?" she said to herself when she heard the princess screaming. "What is it, Callum? Why are you shouting? You woke up an entire kingdom with your silly screams." He was yelling, "Help!" like a little kitten in trouble. And that's when Rayla discovered that Callum is a huge fool, like Claudia described him. He tossed the ball to her, and like cat, her hair stood up from the electricity. Ezren was mocked for his amazing legs, and Callum proposed, "Let's take that boat. Come on, the river is going where we need to go." But the huge, kick-ass, blade-wielding, amazing, agile assassin was like, "No, I hate the water." Meanwhile, Viren was humbled by Amaya, accusing him of all kind of things. "You want the princess to be dead, you want to sit on the throne, you are driving this kingdom towards a vengeance that may not be in the interest of the people and the kingdom." And he was like, "How dare you? I'm a servant. Look at my very humble robes, man." He thought he can tempt her by telling her to take the throne, but she's not that kind of a woman. She said no, the throne remains empty. Then she visited the grave of her sister, and little did she know Viren was following her there, trying to butter her up, just like Soren did. Callum was trying to distract Rayla from her fear and disgust towards water by asking her a bunch of questions, learning that her parents are dead. And then they go down a waterfall. Classic cartoon. You have to go out in nature, you have to ride a boat, you have to go down a waterfall. But Amaya did not buy a word of Viren's mouth, and she rejected him so hard. "Guard, such a stable boy. Quickly, I encountered a giant pile of bull droppings."
Savage.
She's so amazing. Because Amaya was the one to reveal that Viren lied about the princesses being dead, they had to come to a conclusion that their rescue mission is top priority. Meanwhile, the children were down in the lake where a very big fish was trying to attack them and eat the very delicious bait, leaving the responsibility to save him to our hero Rayla. She is afraid of the water. She knows that Bait hates her, and still she will not stomach that this poor little creature would die if she does not do anything. So, the hero as she is, she goes for it. And Callum, to aid her, found a way to use half of the lightning spell that he learned. Amaya warned Commander Gren not to be deceived by Viren, but alas, he was imprisoned and replaced by Soren. And Runan in that prison showing off his bodybuilding muscles. Man, look at those!